This is my absolute favorite news story of, I don't know, the past year. This is so funny. There's a state senator in California, Democrat by the name of Scott Wiener. If you've heard that name before, it is in the context of Scott Wiener pushing a bill, which then did become law, to give more lenient punishments to pederasts, to men who sexually abuse minors, to make it such that they're more likely to get lenient sentences. And his name is Scott Wiener, and that's just amazing. So Scott Wiener has just come out, and he said, not even 24 hours after MAGA grifter Charlie Kirk tweeted homophobic lies about me, I received this threat repeating one of his lies. But that was the point, riling people up against me and other LGBTQ people. Words have consequences, and Twitter is becoming a cesspool for this crap. First of all, pretty amazing that this guy is lumping in pedos and pedo supporters with LGBTQ. I mean, is that not in itself a bit homophobic, wouldn't you say, State Senator Wiener? But here's what he says he received. After that awful Charlie Kirk told terrible lies about him, this is the threat that he received. And he includes just a screenshot of it. It's a shame you come out and you're okay to release all these pedophiles. You're okay with people intentionally giving other people AIDS, and your office can't even pick up the phone to answer about these questions. You're sick, man. I don't even call you. You shouldn't even be a man. You're a sick individual. I don't care about what you do off hours, but when you try to force it upon California, it's like myself and others. You'll have something coming to you. People like you won't be able to walk down the streets when light comes to the darkness that you're effing providing, you piece of SHIT. Whew. Wow, man, that's a threat. That's a real threat. That's not good to threaten people. Except there was something a little bit weird about this screenshot of the message that Scott Wiener allegedly received. It has a cursor right at the end of it. Now, the cursor is the thing that you see when you type something on the computer. You know, it's just that blinking line when you are writing a Word document or a note. So I've just got a little bit of a pro tip for Scott Wiener. When you are fabricating a threat against yourself, it is really smart to remove your cursor from the screenshot before you post it to Twitter. I'm amazed that at the end of this threat, the would-be assailant didn't say, "This is MAGA country. Give me your Subway sandwich, Senator Wiener." Senator Wiener, have you ever been on the show Empire? It's so sad. The guy just totally got exposed. And now we cover this on the show a lot. When these hate, crime, threat, homophobic, racist, sexist, when these things make it into the news, a lot of the time, maybe most of the time, they turn out to be hoaxes. They turn out to be Jussie Smollett situations. And that would seem to be what's going on here. So I wasn't the only guy to notice this. A number of other people did too. And then sometime later, Scott Wiener had to answer this. And so he said, "And for all the MAGA conspiracy theorists out there, the threat was a voicemail. And this is a transcription. But have fun spinning around with your conspiracies." And he has a little eye-rolling emoji. Well, hold on. See, you told us initially that he got this threat, and then he posted the screenshot, which had the cursor. I forgot to mention, the threat also had little spell check lines underneath it because the grammar was off. So you want to turn that off too when you fabricate your own threats. But now he's saying, no, it actually wasn't an email or a text or anything. It was a voicemail that I transcribed. But if it was a voicemail, why wouldn't you just post the audio? You could post that to Twitter. That'd be very easy. In fact, it would be much more engaging if there were a little sort of video screen with the audio playing, and you could hear this guy. It'd probably make it easier to identify the man who's making this threat, this awful, terrible MAGA right-wing conservative who almost certainly does not exist, right? I think probably if he did post the audio, which does not exist of this, which almost certainly doesn't exist, it would probably sound like that Nigerian guy who was paid to attack Jussie Smollett in Chicago. Doesn't hold up. Does not hold up. I think Senator Scott Wiener should take the L. Any reasonable person would have to say this is most likely, almost certainly a hoax, a threat perpetrated, fabricated by Scott Wiener upon himself. And you should just take the L and move on, bro. Just take the L, move on. This response that he gave later after we noticed his cursor in the spell check lines is almost as bad as my Twitter was hacked. Whenever some politician, actually, wow, oh my gosh. When Anthony Weiner got caught sending weird sexual photos of himself to people on Twitter, and he meant to privately message them, but he publicly messaged them, what was his excuse? His excuse was, oh, my Twitter got hacked. This is almost as bad as an excuse as my Twitter got hacked. I don't believe it, buddy. Sorry, no, we're going to continue to criticize you and other politicians who openly advocate being lenient to pederasts, to pedophiles broadly. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. I hope you held on to your Subway sandwich.